So, some Dawn of War 4 news just dropped straight out of the Skulls event 2026, starting off with a confirmed release date of September 17th this year. So about 4 months to wait, not long at all, and we did get to see more cool cinematic shots of all the armies in battle, which is nice. We get to see what units the factions have and things like that, but we're still not really seeing any actual proper gameplay yet, and I think that's what we're all really waiting for. But hopefully that won't be far away. What's also nice is that we got to see the year 1 roadmap of everything that's going to come for the game. So always nice to have that transparency. The first thing coming shortly after release is Crusade Mode. Now if you played Dawn of War 1, you might remember a sort of Crusade mode in that, and this looks very similar, capturing regions across the planet of Cronus. We can see the different coloured regions for the 4 different factions. Otherwise, not much being given away about how this is going to work, whether every battle is going to be a bit of a skirmish or whether there'll be some kind of special battles. Should be cool though and give the game a bit of single player longevity outside of those 4 campaigns, which, let's be honest, you probably won't play more than once or twice. On the hero panel you can see Cyrus, and he's got 3 units with him at the bottom. I wonder if these will be the units that'll go down with him in a skirmish, and then you'll use those to build up your base and get all the other units. Perhaps similar to the Honor Guard in the Dawn of War 1 game modes. Otherwise, not a great deal to deduce from this that we haven't seen already. And we see a few nice little snippets of actual gameplay, but nothing to really tell us how the game properly works and what all the mechanics are. Is it more like Dawn of War 1, Dawn of War 2? That's what we're waiting for, right? But overall, so far, it's looking pretty damn good, shaping up well. Nice to have the extra modes and not just campaigns for single player. So that'll be coming a little bit after release in the fall. We're also going to be getting more map packs along the way, and Lord Amnok and Guzcutter in Last Stand and Crusade mode, so a couple of big boy heroes for the Necrons and the Orcs. The mission editor, that should bring some longevity to single player as well. And then it seems like a proper campaign expansion DLC, the Bloodraven Story Prologue, and that will be coming apparently before 2027, although this is all subject to change of course. And then early next year we'll be getting the Aftermath DLC, campaign expansion and new faction. This continues the main campaign story in a narrative-driven expansion that explores the consequences of your victories and the new threats set to reshape the battlefield. Adds a new faction to the game of course, new playable commanders, expands the Crusade mode significantly. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff coming within the first kind of 6 to 8 months of the game. It's shaping up to be pretty damn great. Let's just hope the game is actually pretty damn great. And of course, adding a new faction is always cool. Who it'll be is anybody's guess. Might be Chaos Space Marines, maybe Tyranids, maybe Tau. We'll have to see. In the last few weeks, there has been a couple of videos released diving into the Orcs and the Adeptus Mechanicus and how their factions work. Very loosely anyway, the Orcs are what you'd expect, a more melee-focused faction, but they've still got plenty of Decker to play a bit of ranged. And the Orcs, much like in Total War Warhammer 3, are very versatile. They've got a lot of different units, a lot of ways to play. You never really know what they're going to do. Are they going to try and rush you with melee? Are they going to gun you down from afar? Are they going to bring a whole load of big heavy metal boys? Or are they maybe going to run you down with squidcocks? It looks like they might have a bigger army than everyone as well, with this massive unit bar at the bottom of the screen, 25 slots there for units. So in theory, this is bigger than what all the other factions can do and allows Orcs to bring those huge swarming armies, as is the Orky way. Because as we can see with the Bloodravens here, they've only got 16 slots down there, but they do have 5 reserves that they can call down, so 21 altogether. I don't think we've seen anything of the Astra Militarum, but maybe they'll be able to field big numbers as well. Lots of guardsmen need to get ploughed into the meat grinder, of course. And Orcs apparently have the cheapest buildings of anyone as well, and they just love building them all over the place. So it feels like you're going to kind of build your base towards the enemy until you get to them and just keep spamming units at them. Should be a pretty frantic and very orky playstyle. And of course they're going to have a bunch of abilities, one of them being some kind of war to speed up the boys, to make them more resistant, to make them do more damage. Any or all of the above probably. So Orcs, they're my boys, looking damn fun. Gonna play the Orky way of pretty much just try something stupid and hope it works. That's how we do it. And then there's been a dive into the Adeptus Mechanicus as well, the Omnissiah's lads. And the first thing we'll notice here, the unit bar at the bottom there, only 16 slots, so again gonna be a smaller army like the Space Marines. More of a ranged focus faction are the Adeptus Mechanicus, but of course they got a lot of big boy war machines to play with, the Castellan Knights, Castellan Robots, the Cataphron. Overall, being a more ranged focus faction, it's going to be about good positioning, good lines of sight, your units supporting each other, and there's probably going to be a lot of reliance on your commanders and heroes to drop some buffs on your units to make them way more powerful in the right places at the right times. And then they're going to have stratagems, which are again just more buffs, so it's going to be about layering those buffs up with some nice traps, setting up the enemy. They do have some stealth units as well, so more of a thinking man's faction than the Orcs, let's say. And the faction's going to get more powered up and stronger with the way their buildings work. How exactly that is, we don't know, but some kind of connectivity between all your buildings is going to make you stronger. So these two factions, Orcs and Admech, sounding very different from each other. And that's promising. Hopefully the Space Marines and the Astra Militarum will be different again. So yeah, so far Dawn of War 4 is shaping up to be pretty great. Will it be though? We'll have to wait and see. We need to see some more gameplay. And as someone who has had the good fortune of playing this, I got to play a demo. It was maybe a year ago at this point, so I'm sure the game has come a long way. But what I played was pretty damn good, so I am very excited. Hopefully it's got even better than what I've played. So I think it's okay. It's safe to have some cautious optimism for this game. Definitely not a Dawn of War 3 situation happening here. Hopefully soon we'll get to see a dive into the other two factions, as well as just some general gameplay mechanics and how it all really works. But there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Dawn of War 4 looking good. I'll see you in the future.